So why I got cancer? So I thought I'd make a video of my theory of why I got cancer. And as I explained to you in past videos, the last 3-4 years I've been in a very depressed state. Kind of midlife crisis, a marriage that was coming to an end, and then my business. I had a bed and breakfast for many years. I was trying to reinvent myself with a new profession, and that was pretty depressing also. And then I've started an online business, a website called Gear Gadgets And Gizmos, which I've mentioned to you earlier, and that hasn't been going along as quickly as I've been hoping. It's doing okay, but not as well as I was expecting or hoping. So I've been frustrated from that. And then also along with that, my self-confidence has kind of dwindled. And so going out and socializing with people and seeing friends and things like that, I've kept regressing more and more and more and becoming more of a recluse, basically. Because of being self-conscious and just not wanting to be the negative Nilly out there, and which I've always been a person who's brings an energy to the table, and also been positive and someone that, like I said, brings an energy. Where I was Mr. Debbie Downer for the last number of years, and frankly, I thought a lot of my friends and people that know me, they wouldn't even want to hear about me. So that was one of the reasons I didn't go out as much. And then also with not much income, didn't want to spend much money, because if you go out the door, it costs you more money. And then the last winter, I moved out to my mother's place, which was a good thing. My mother is 83 years old, and she had some medical issues, so I did help take care of her over the winter, and she's getting better now. But why I got cancer, I do believe, is over the last four years. I don't know about you, but I carry my stress around in my stomach area. If you have this stress, you just immediately get this sick feeling in your stomach. And I've pretty well carried that non-stop for the last 4 years or so. Once in a while I could get out of it, but in general, I would carry that feeling around, along with just this cloud over my head that just made me feel like nothing good was gonna happen. And then I had also suicidal thoughts, but if I ever got any close to doing it, I always thought about my kids, and I wouldn't go through with it. I've never actually planned out how I do it. Once in a while thought a little bit about maybe taking a car and just driving it fast into a rock cut or something like that. And then over the last year or so, often when I was laying in bed at night time, especially this winter time when I was super reclusive, I would just lay in bed and think, hey boy, it would just be nice to die and just kind of fade away. And but that didn't happen. So but careful what you wish for, because then along came the cancer. But I did wish for a lot of other things, so it's ironic that the cancer came along, and that my wish of dying kind of came along pretty quickly. So I do believe, and that's why this is a warning to anybody out there that's in that state, to do all that you can to get out of that state. Because I firmly believe that is about 60% of the reason that I've gotten cancer, is because of my emotional state. I do believe it has something to do with diet and a few other things, and I do believe we do have cancer in our body all the time. And that through life, it can flare up in you a little bit and just be a little growth. And because you've had stressed out, you've been drinking too much, you've been doing this too much or what have you. And then somehow along the line, you made a little change, or you've left that job, or that stress left you because you moved on to somebody else, or just you made some changes. And then now it kind of just simmered down and went away and just sat there dormant. But I do believe that we have cancer in us all the time, and certain things can set it off. And that's also why this notion of radiation and chemotherapy is crazy to me, is because of the fact that we all have cancer in us already. And to kill all the cancer and to kill all the goodness in your body that you do have doesn't make any sense to me. And so my diet has always been not too bad. in the last number of years, or many years, up and down. But over this last winter, or the last 2 years, I've kind of gone towards more of a high-fat, less carb diet that they've been kind of saying to do. And I think that wasn't a great idea, because I wasn't eating as much vegetables and things. And I was just eating a lot more protein, meat, and breads and things. And then over the winter too, I found my sweet tooth was insatiable, and I was eating lots of different candies and ice cream and things on a regular basis, and I had cravings for candy, and which is ironic now that I've turned to being a vegan, and I haven't eaten any candy or anything for it's about 2.5 months now. I have no real cravings for candy or desserts, although a few weeks back, my wife went to the local, or my ex-wife went to the local Greek festival, and they brought back some baklava and things, and I just looked at it and I kind of thought it would be nice to try it, but I didn't. And so I find it much easier giving up the sweets. Meat is the thing that I'm having an issue with. So along with diet, the last little while, I was still exercising, but not as much as I should. Over the winter, and I would not get out of the house, and I think I had a big vitamin D deficiency over the winter, so my depression was even worse, and my energy level was right down the toilet, and so I think a combination of those things are what caused my cancer. So those are warning signs for other people out there that are feeling good or just starting to feel under the weather, is to make some changes now before you get this dire consequence diagnosis of cancer, and make some changes. So if you're depressed, don't go for the pills though. The doctors, they're going to give you those antidepressants really quick. There's other ways, and what I'm finding these days, what's really helping is meditation. Exercise, I've always said, has been a lifesaver. That has saved my life, because I know if I didn't do exercise for the last 15 years going to the gym, I would have been very depressed years and years ago. So it is a good help to exercise regularly. Have a good diet. If you are having joint pain and certain things when you are going to the gym and what have you, I suggest maybe trying to be a vegan for a couple of weeks, see what happens. And then you can go back and forth, but I would suggest for some people to do that. So that is my theory, basically in a nutshell, of why I feel I have cancer. Please be kind with the comments below. You can tell me about your why you think if you do have cancer, or your loved one has cancer. This is my own expressed opinion. I'm no doctor. And if you like these videos, please like and subscribe. I'm going to have a Patreon link below, so if you'd like to support me and my treatments and things, because they are quite expensive, or go to my website, Gear Gadgets and Gizmos, and you can purchase something, go through one of my links and do your regular shopping on Amazon if you go there shopping, and it won't cost you anything, and it'll help me make a little income, which I need for my treatments, and since I'm not working as much because of all the treatments and things. And until next time, we'll see you again, and please like and subscribe. And this is Pete again from Pete's Pancreatic Cancer Journey, and we'll see you again.